Okay, let's talk about a word you probably use all the time. A word so simple you barely even notice it. But what if I told you that this one little word is actually one of the most powerful building blocks in the entire English language? Today, we're going to unpack the story of the word wheel.
So check this out. Here's our first big clue. The word wheel is on this super exclusive list called the Basic English 850. And no, this isn't just some list of the most common words, it's something way more important than that.
Right, but what does that actually mean? What does it take for a word to become one of the 850 most essential words in English? Let's dig in and uncover the secret hiding inside this simple term.
Okay, let's dive into this. To really get why wheel has this special status, we've got to break it down. We're going to start with what it is, then we'll look at what it does, and finally, we'll see how it all clicks together.
First off, just say it out loud. Wheel. That's it. One single, clean syllable. These weird-looking symbols you see here, they're just from special alphabets that show us exactly how to say it. And, that simplicity, that's our first real clue to its power.
So let's start with its most common form, the noun. This is the wheel as a thing, a physical object. A concept that, well, it literally changed the world. The definition itself is beautifully simple. A round thing that helps a machine move. That's it. But this is one of the original simple machines, a core idea in physics and engineering. This one little word just wraps up a fundamental principle of how we make things go. And this sentence illustrates it perfectly. It sounds simple, right? But it's actually communicating a pretty complex idea about friction and size and surfaces, and the whole thing just hinges on that one key noun, wheels.
All right, so that's the noun. But let's move on, because here's where it gets really cool. Wheel isn't just a thing, it's also an action. And as a verb, it gets even more interesting.
Now, what's really interesting here is how wheel can mean two totally different kinds of movement. On one hand, it's transitive. That means you do it to something, like when you wheel a shopping cart. But on the other hand, it's intransitive, describing a movement all by itself, like a bird wheeling in the sky.
Yeah, look at these two examples. In the first one, the nurses are actively wheeling the patient. They're doing the action to someone. But in the second one, the eagle is just wheeling. It's doing the action all on its own. The exact same word describes pushing a gurney and the majestic flight of a bird. That right there, that's versatility.
So, let's recap. We have a simple noun for a fundamental machine, and we have a super versatile verb for movement. So what's the big secret? How does this all connect back to that special list we mentioned at the start?
It all comes back to this number, 850. And this isn't just a random list of easy words. This number represents a very carefully chosen toolkit for communication.
And here it is, the solution to the puzzle. The Basic English 850 list isn't about finding the easiest words. It's about finding the most useful and fundamental words you need to express almost any complex idea. They're like the ultimate Lego bricks for language.
So you see, wheel earns its place because it does so much heavy lifting. It names a core physical object, it describes multiple kinds of action, and it represents a concept that is both totally concrete and also really descriptive. It's basically a linguistic Swiss Army knife.
And that's really the big takeaway here. The story of wheel shows us that the words we often take for granted are the very foundation of our ability to share complex thoughts. They aren't just simple, they are powerfully efficient.
So, I'll leave you with this to chew on. What other simple words do you use every single day without realizing their hidden weight and power? What are the essential building blocks you use for all of your biggest ideas? Kind of makes you think, doesn't it?